Hey guys, good morning. How are you? It's Elma. How are you? I'm back. I'm back. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone, to you, to yours. I hope that this year will be 100 times better than last year. I'm praying to God that everybody that had COVID has recovered. Those that were lost, I pray that your family has comfort and peace, and that God will continue to grant you comfort as you go through your time of grieving. And I'm so sorry, and my condolences to your loss. We all have had so many different ups and downs last year, but thank God that we are here. So I give thanks for that. And I'm just happy to start off 2021 in a positive way and just trying to keep that momentum going as the year progresses forward. And I pray that you guys are with me on that. Okay, my name is Elma, Elma, and this is my little space on the YouTube. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for taking interest in what I have to say. This is just my little space where I come in and I talk about yarn. I talk about my knits. I talk about my crochet. I share God. And I also share some books. It's a little bit about my interests and my hobbies, basically, And because I don't have a lot of friends that are into the yarny things, I found a community on YouTube that are into the yarny things, and I am most grateful for that because it gives you a place to say, hey, look at what I made. Do you like it too? And so you're grateful to hear somebody say, wow, that's beautiful. Wow, I like that. Wow, what is that pattern? I like that. And I truly appreciate that. So again, my name is Elma. You can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry as Dark and Lovely. That's DRKNLUVLI. DRKNLUVLI. And if you don't mind, and you appreciate and like what you see and what you hear, I would greatly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share. And also, please hit the bell so that you can get notices as to when I'm uploading the next video. All right, so please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get your notifications as to when is the next time I will upload my next video. So today, I have a hair treatment on. So if I turn around and you see a little plastic bag or something sticking out the back of my scarf, that is my hair treatment. Okay, so I just have a treatment on. It's going to be on for about 2 hours. So I'm alone today at home. So I said, let me take this time to podcast, So for me, alone time is at a premium, right? So the kids are in school, praise the Lord. And I sent them to school, and I said, okay, I'm still packing, so I'm still trying to get that done. So I came home, I got a nice shower, washed my hair, put on the treatment, and it was a toss-up between, okay, take the time to do the podcast real quick, or sort the clothes so I can see what we're keeping and what we're giving away. So obviously I did the podcast. I normally do my podcast anywhere between 2 or 3 weeks at a time because I'm a mother of 3. I work full time, and time again is at a premium for me. So I do my best to keep up with that schedule at least every 2 to 3 weeks. So we are at that time frame now, and I am so full up with a lot of stuff. So get ready, because here I come. All right. So I've been learning how to put in links. So I'm hoping that at the end of this podcast, I can put the links into what I have as far as the things that I mentioned and all of that. I appreciate it. I reached out to the crochet nurse, Sheila, the crochet nurse. She has a podcast as well on YouTube. And I asked her for some assistance with helping to learn to edit. So she did give me some help, and I'm hoping to incorporate that in this particular video to see if I can get this editing thing done properly. Also, just to make you guys aware, you know, I am a nurse as well. I've been a nurse now. June this year would be 24 years I've been in nursing. 24 years I've been in nursing. So you guys can do the math. And this is the first time that I've been exposed to something, you know. So I'm actually at home because I am on COVID quarantine, you know. I've been on quarantine from last week Tuesday. So it's a 10-day quarantine. And it's like, what? You know, because one of the patient's spouse was exposed somehow, and she was positive and called me to make me know, and here I am today. So it's all right though. My first COVID test came back negative, praise the Lord. I have had no symptoms whatsoever from the time I was in quarantine until now. None of my family has had anything, husband, children, nothing has had any kind of symptoms, temperature, cough, sneeze, nothing. So I give God thanks for that. But as you would do when you're on quarantine, what else is there to do but cast something on? So we have a new cast on because of COVID. So I call this my COVID cast on. This is just a lunchbox, actually. It's just a lunchbox. I had bought it for my daughter, but it was too small for her to carry the amount of stuff I put in their lunch for school. So it became a project bag, and it's a cute bag, and I'm gladly using it as a project bag. So the first project that's inside of here is a shawl project. And this is a shawl project that I got off of Annie's website. So it's a paid for pattern because of that. And this is called the Crescent Shawl. The Crescent Shawl. All right, that's just my information, my details, so that I don't forget whatever, you know. That's the Crescent Shawl. It's a beautiful shawl. I really liked it a lot when I had seen it. And I said, you know what? I'm stuck in the house. I will cast said shawl on. And so I did so. That's just another picture to show you the Crescent Shawl, you know. So I'm using Furls yarn. Furls Whim. What is that? Whims Merino. Z-twist yarn. And this is 50% superwash merino and 50% nylon. This is a 4-weight yarn, and it's 103 yards. And this is in the color of charcoal. So I'm gonna stand back and push back rather and show you my progress so far. I don't know if you can see it. Woohoo! That's my progress of my shawl. Is that the back? That is the front that I'm showing you. No, this is the front that I'm showing you. I'm showing you the back. I'm looking at the front. Okay, there you go. So this is the Crescent Shawl. This is one day's work, y'all. That's one day's work. And I'm in love. I'm in love with it. I love it. I love it so much. That's one day's worth of work. And unfortunately, because Wings is only 103 yards, and I only had 2 skeins, because you remember when Furls was doing the stay-at-home kit? So their stay-at-home kit came with the hook, and I got the anemone hook, Andromeda hook, and I got a second skein of yarn to go with it, because I know that one skein of yarn, you know, I don't know what to do with one skein of yarn. So I got 2 skeins instead. And I got this pattern, you know, because I was looking for something to do with those 2 yarns, those 2 skeins, and I couldn't find anything until I was looking on Annie's website, and I seen that shawl pattern. And I almost bought it until I went to go look at the shawl pattern again, and Annie said to me, "Girl, you already own that pattern." I said, "Well, excuse me, child. I didn't know that." So I went and I realized I did own the pattern. So all I did was download it, and I started it. And that is 2 balls of the Furls Whims merino yarn. So obviously I have to order some more. So that'll be an order that I'll place on Friday so that I can complete the shawl. But I am loving it thus far. Thus far. And that's my COVID cast on. I actually have notes, guys. I actually have notes. Be proud of your girl. Be proud of your girl. She growing up. She growing up. She learning. All right. So just because Christmas is over, I wanted to get show you guys these two Christmas cards real quick before I move forward again. Everybody, I was watching everybody with Rel's Christmas cards, and trust me, when I got one, I was like, oh wow, I got a Christmas card. So thank you, Rel, so much. The Christmas card is truly cute, as everybody has been stating, and I love how the octopi is plural for octopus. The octopi are decorated. Look, that's the ornament, the Christmas tree, and a gnome. I love that. That is so cute. Too cute, and I truly appreciate it, Urel. Thank you. That's Rel from the Dabbling Hook. And this next card is very special to me. This is from a good friend of mine. Her name is Rachel Reese. She's also the designer of September Knits. September Knits. She currently recently launched her own website. So please go and check out her website and sign up for her newsletters. Try out her patterns. She is a knit designer, a knitwear designer. So try out her patterns. Her patterns are beginner friendly. She has one pattern that I know of that is both knit and crochet together because I tested it. And I did not complete it, but I did start it. And she is a beautiful designer as well as a beautiful soul. So God is just blessing her in so many ways in her business and her life. And I truly appreciate having her in my life as a friend. So she also sent me a Christmas card. Okay, and that is by her son Mason. Is Santa Claus and his one reindeer, and that's just that's the sweetest card ever. You know, beautiful card. So Rachel, I thank you, and I thank you, Mason, as well, for going through all the trouble. I really just love that. I love that. I love the. I have a lot of art for my children as well, and I just enjoy when they are so creative and artistic. So thank you, Rachel, again. That card is very special to me. And it will go in a special place, as I told her already. All right, so that's the Christmas cards that I'm complete. That's complete right now. So everybody, happy belated Christmas. Happy New Year once again, okay? So now I just wanted to also go through, let's see what's next on the list. Quince & Co. Or rather, let's do this instead. I have a haul, but I don't want to jump into the haul just yet. You know, so we'll do this instead. Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet, she had one podcast where she showed this. All right. Yummy crochet. She had actually made the cheeseburger. I don't remember if she made the cheese, but I know she made the burger. You know, but I thought that was so cute. Too cute. It comes with the book that has all the patterns, and it also comes with a crochet hook there and yarn that you can either make that cupcake or this donut for starters. Okay, but that was too cute, and I said, you know what, I need that in my life. So I went and I got it, and there was only, I think, like 2 left. So I'm so happy that I was able to get it at that time. Okay. Also, I wanted to show y'all some books that I got. I wanted to show you some books. I went yesterday to to Michael's because I was starting a blanket that I'm going to show you in a few as well. But I also, while I was there, you can't just go to these places and get what you want and come out to people's store, right? You can't do that. How do you do that? I do not know. I can't understand why you can't just do that, right? Or I can't just, I don't know. What's my problem? Anyhow, I went to Michael's and I got some yarn, obviously, for a project that I started, and I needed more. And then I also got a couple of books, and I got some carrot cakes. I got that carrot cake because I have this yarn. This is called Sweet and Sour. It's beautiful. I love them colors together, you know. And I'm making a blanket for my daughter that I started already, but I needed more of this color. So I got 2 of those. And then they had this yarn on sale, Bernat Pumpkin. It's Bernat Chunky Pumpkin. And it was on clearance for $1.97. They had a whole lot more. And I said to myself, it's pumpkin orange. It's a nice orange, but I have no need for like 12 of them, you know? So I didn't buy the 12, but I got 2, right? And then the rest is the yarn that I got for the project I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? So this first book that I got is the fabulous, it's a adult coloring book, right? It's African Glamour coloring book. And I just thought that was so pretty, you know, with the different pictures inside, with different, you know, drawings to color. I love this one with the lion and the young lady. I love that one. That's very nice. You know, so I just fell in love with the book. And look at that one with the children. You know, I just fell in love with the book and I needed to buy it. It wasn't very expensive. I think it was like $6. And then I used my 20% off coupon plus my Michael's rewards. Again, Michael's rewards. The tip on how to use the rewards card properly so you can get the maximum benefit. Scan your coupons first and then do the rewards and you get the maximum benefit out of that. Coupons first, rewards second, okay? Otherwise you don't get the full thing. It won't take off the coupon if you do the rewards first, okay? And I also got this magazine, Crochet, Interweave Crochet, and they have some chunky, bulky weight rather, yarn patterns inside here. I wanted to show you this one particular on the back cover, that is a universal yarn shawl pattern. It's called the Paquilla Shawl in Wool Pop. Paquilla Shawl in Wool Pop. And it's by Universal Yarn. That's beautiful. I think you have to go to their website though to get that pattern. And I wanted to show you this. This is the pattern page. That's all the patterns that's in the magazine today, or in this magazine rather. All right. So this shawl particular, I love that. You know that new Bernat yarn that's at Joann's, that big one. That I think would look beautiful in this yarn because that's like a fuzzy yarn. And I'm really liking this and this sweater as well. You know, this where is it? This sweater at the top here also is it has a lot of detail in it. If I can find the picture, I will show you. It has a lot of detail in that yoke, so that way the cables and so look, it's here on the front. It's a lot of details. You see that? That's very pretty, and I would like to try that, you know. I mean, these are all just like front post stuff and baubles, but the way they have it is very nice. So I bought that magazine, and I like those socks. And I'll show you just one second. I found the page, child. I found the page. Let me see. Okay. So this is the yoke, all right, and that is very pretty. And then also these socks, I think I could do them socks right there, right? Very nice, right? Very nice. So I bought that magazine. So that's what I got from Michael's, and then I'll show you the whip in a little bit. Also in books, I got this book also, Knit How. This is like a beginner how-to knit book, but it's a very nice book. And that book came out I think almost 2 years ago if I'm not mistaken, and I wanted it for the longest, but it was coming from the UK, and I think from the UK if I would have ordered it, it would have been over $50 or $40, and I was like, I'm good, I'll wait, you know. And so it finally came to the US, and I got it for I think $28 plus tax, so probably about $30 and change. And then this is the second book that goes with it, Ready Set Raglan. And this book is like the secondary book to it. It's a pom-pom book, and I got it from Wool and Honey. Both of them I got from Wool and Honey. This one it says it's $23.99, and the first one is $26.99. So both of them was a little over $50 for those two books. Okay, so those are that. Those are they. Then on Amazon, I'm not sponsored by anybody. Let me just stop there and just mention that. I'm not sponsored by anybody. All of this stuff I bought over time with my own money. Okay, so just to make you aware, nobody is sponsoring me. Nobody YouTube, nobody. Who's sponsoring me is me. I sponsor me. I buy what I like when I can or if I can afford it. Okay, so this is the next book. I got this off of Amazon as well. I got this book because I like these two hats. And this is also a knit, a how to knit book. All right. And I got this off of Amazon. I got it for those two pillow hats and also for these cats. Look, it's a popcorn cat, a burger cat, and an ice cream cat. So those cats was cracking me up. And I love that. And there's also, there's something else in here that I have fell in love with. It's all right. That's what happens when you don't mark it off. That's all right. I'll find it next time and show you next time. Also from Amazon, I got that. The knitted teddy. Right? How cute is he? Oh my God. So that, and then look at them on the back. Them are some long teddy bears. But you get the patterns for the bears as well as their clothes. You know? So I like that. And then I also got this one. Also a knitted teddy bear book. Again, you get the pattern for the actual teddy bear and the clothes as well. So it's more than one teddy bear in there. All right. And this one is by Debbie Bliss. Okay. I thought that was very sweet. Then I got this in the mail the other day, Vogue Knitting. I love that magazine. That's a nice magazine. They also, I think, have, or they make Interweave, if I'm not mistaken. I think they make Interweave. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember. But they have some nice patterns in here. I only got it the other day, so I didn't get to look through too thoroughly into the magazine so I could see. I'll pull out. Oh, look at this. Excuse me. Let's show you. That might be something to make for the summer. I got you some booty shorts. All right, those are very cute. And they got pockets, child. So maybe. I don't know how much yarn they take to make booty shorts. And look, they have a crochet sweater inside of there. You see? So this magazine I like because they do have crocheted stuff in here at times as well. It's crocheted with two strands held together. A pared down silhouette is enhanced by the subtle switch of pattern in this sumptuously draped cardigan. It's made with Haiku Skakel Collection Drape is the name of the yarn. That's a very nice crochet sweater. I might be intrigued to make that. All right. And then one last book I got from Joann's is this. 25 Quick and Easy Knits. So this book I got because one of my Make Nines is in there. So when I say Make Nine, I say that very loosely. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it this year or what. This is one that I like very much. I think that's a nice pattern. A nice cardigan, very pretty. This is all like Lion Brand Woolly Stick and Quick yarn and Thick and Quick wool, not wool spun. What is that called? What is that called? Not people call it, you know, the wool. Homespun, Thick and Quick homespun and Thick and Quick wool spun. So that's what this is. In this pattern. So that's why I got that, because I have an abundance of Lion Brand Thick and Quick. I love that cowl. Isn't that pretty? I actually think I have those colors minus the red. I would have to get the red, but I will make it in those exact same colors. I want to show you one pattern that the actual pattern that started off my Lion Brand Woolies obsession. I love that Ruana. You see that? It's a beautiful Ruana. One second. Where are you? Okay. So this is the sweater that started off my Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick Obsession. I love this cardigan. So this is called the Britannia cardigan. Cardigan. This is actually a free pattern on the Lion Brand website. So you can actually get that off the Lion Brand website. It is beautiful. This started off my obsession with Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. Joann's had a sale on Lion Brand's Woolies Thick and Quick. I think at that time when I bought that yarn, it was like 3 for $10. And I was like, oh my God. Because all I could think about was that particular pattern. And I'm just like on my phone and running to Joann's every day trying to get up all this yarn so I can make that pattern. So I have the exact yarns for that cardigan. So that will be one of my make nines. Again, make nine is said loosely. But that will be one of my make nines. Okay. I do have one FO, but the FO is a gift. And I have not sent it out yet because I still have some things that I'm trying to put together into the box before I mail it off. So unfortunately, I can't show you the FO, but I will take a picture of it before I send it to its intended owner. All right, so I want to start off with some works in progress. The whip scissors. Okay, so the first whip is actually part of a make-along, which is being sponsored or hosted by the Best Day Ever Crafting, the Best Day Ever Crafting podcast, which is hosted by Arthella and Trisha. They also have a Ravelry group where they're hosting the podcast. All right, the hosting the knit along rather. So this is the start. It's a knit along called the Year of Hats. This is the start of the hat. It's a hat called, it's the Year of Hats, and that is done by Kelborn Woolens. Kelborn Woolens, was it last year or 2019? I think it was 2019. They came out with a hat every month for that year, and it's a free pattern. All 12 hat patterns are free, and they're labeled January hat, February hat, March hat, and so on and so forth. And they are free on Ravelry. They're free hat patterns on Ravelry. So this is the January hat. Okay. And again, it's by Kelborn Woolen. All right. So this knit along is for the actual yarn that makes this hat. And that yarn is called Germantown. Kelborn Woolens Germantown. So that the yarn to make the actual hat is the prize. So this is this for January is going from January 1st to January 31st. So if you want to join in. Again, the patterns are free. They are on Ravelry, and you can join in. And if you get the hat done, you can submit it to see if you'll win. So this is the start of my hat here, you know, and I'm using, what is this? This is some yarn I found at a thrift store. I'm not sure if it was Salvation Army or Savers. But this is called Bluebird, 100% pure virgin wool. And it says knitted worsted. So it's an old label. Some old yarn. And it says it's a 4-ply yarn. I don't even know how much is it. I don't know how many, but I got it at a thrift store, definitely. I don't know. I don't know what the price says here. I don't know what that means. I know I didn't pay no $18 for this. It doesn't say how many, it says 4 ounces, but it doesn't say how many yards. It is moth proof, so whatever that means, thank goodness, right? So I'm making it out of that yarn because I'm trying to stash bust. Again, a loose term. A loose term. These needles are from Amazon. Those are those cheap Amazon needles. They're good for what they are, right? They're good for what they are. But because this is a cabled hat, that needle is too blunt. Too blunt. So that was frustrating the mess out of me, and I could not anymore. So I did the first cable, which is here. right here, and the bobbles. That bobble stitch is a hot mess with these blunt needles, so I had to get a different needle. So my 8s, I don't know where my 8s are. You know, I know I have a 16-inch US 8, and I do not know in what bag or what project it is hiding in. So I had to purchase another set. So that came yesterday, so I will start, resume work on that hat. So I can get that done by the end, or before the end of the month, right? There you go. So my next whip, I'm excited to show you all, if I can find the bag, is last month's Mary Maxim. Last month, Mary Maxim sent out a free pattern. Again, Mary Maxim is a monthly kit, and last month they had a free pattern for their December kit that is also on Lion Brand, and it's called the Cedar Hill Pullover. The Cedar Hill Pullover. And they gave us enough touch of alpaca to make that sweater. I really like that sweater. And the color that I got was taupe. Touch of alpaca taupe. So, because again, I wasn't sure. I know I'm a woman of a certain size, so I'm not sure. You know, I wasn't comfortable. They gave us four of the bonus bundle alpaca, touch of alpaca, which according to the pattern should be plenty to do the size that you need to do. For me, I did the 1X, 2X, but again, I did it that size because of my bust, but I feel like I should have done the large, extra large, but we will see anyway. But I did the 1X, 2X size because of my bust size, but I feel like I should have done the large extra. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to stand up and show you guys my progress on the sweater. I hope that you guys are excited as I am. Okay, look at my this is my Taz Day. This is one of my favorite t-shirts. You have no idea how long I had this t-shirt, the Tasmanian Devil. It's one of my favorite t-shirts. All right, so this now is the sweater here. So I finished the front, I finished the back. The back is long as it is stated. Okay. I did not, you can see the back. I did not make this V-neck as deep as that on the picture because I am a little more conservative than that. And I need the neck not to be so deep, you know. But I like the back. Okay, I love how long that is. I love that. I think that is going to look so cute over like a jean skirt. I can definitely see that over a jean skirt. So it's just now to start cast on of the sleeves, but that is the progress. I want to show you all how far the yarn, I guess, have the size held together with some stitch markers. So I just want to show you how far the yarn went. Okay, so that those two front and back, okay, I used up the first two of the touch of alpaca plus that much, and I still have this much left to get through with the arms. Okay, and this is all what was sent with the monthly kit. So this is the bonus bundle. So I'm hoping out of these two, right, what's left, I should be able to get 2 sleeves out of here, right? So this is what I'm hoping. All right, so that's just to show you, okay? But because, again, I'm a lady of a certain size, and I wasn't sure if I can get all of that. So I did go on the Walmart website, and I got 3 more just in case. Just in case. And it's not like I don't like the yarn, so I do like the yarn. So even if I don't need it, I will find something else to do with it. All right, so that's where we are with that. Isn't that, I'm excited about that. I like that sweater. I really, really like it. All right, so I hope that if you guys got that kit for December and you were on the fence about it, trust, it's an easy knit. It's all, once you get past the ribbon, it's all stockinette. It's all stockinette. It's knit in pieces and knit back and forth. And the only thing that I would suggest to you is to do it while you're awake. Because I did get messed up on my stitch count, my row count. And good job I was measuring as I went, because I'm like, this don't seem right. The rows don't seem right. And I did mess up on my row count, but it wasn't such a to such a detriment. It wasn't to such a detriment that I had to rip back or anything like that. Also, just to note as well, in the pattern, it tells you to attach the second ball and start working with 2 balls. Trust, when they say do that, because I did not do that. I figured that, hey, I'm already casting on in 1 ball. I can finish this and that. No, do what the pattern tells you to do, child, so that way you, because I did have to rip out at that part and I had to start it over. And once I cast it on the second ball, it went very smoothly and very quickly. So those were my two notes of mention for that particular pattern. Monitor your row count, okay? Just know when it says work stockinette evenly, you just count in your stockinette rows, okay? Don't count your purl rows. Just count your stockinette rows so you don't confuse yourself. And just make sure you put a stitch marker at each, I think it's 10 rows. I think it's 10 rows. Make sure you put a stitch marker there each 10th row so that you can stay in on point with the row count, okay? And the next thing, just add on. Go ahead and add on the other ball of yarn where they tell you. And those are my advice to make your knitting less stressful, okay? But I think it's coming out beautiful, and I'm truly enjoying that. So I just need to right now, again, cast on for the sleeves, and we'll see how far we can get with that. All right. So the next thing I want to show you are 2 Yarn of the Month clubs that I got. Oy, sorry. So the first one, both of them rather, are from Quince & Co. Quince & Co. Quarterly, okay? Quince & Co. Quarterly. All right. So Quince & Co. Quarterly is a quarterly club. And this is the box. That's how it comes in that box. That's very nice. And it's a high-end yarn club. The yarn is Quince & Co. yarn. And the projects, there's 2 types. So you have level 1 and level 2. I forget if level 1 is the higher price one or level 2 is the lesser price one. But either way, there's one that's lesser price, one that's higher price. I had joined last year the lower priced one. And this year I had joined the higher price one. But I forgot to cancel the lower price one. So they sent me both boxes. I didn't even realize that the charge was made to my account. So this right now is, okay, so this is the first kit for winter 2021. All right. So that's how it comes. It comes with the little card attached to everything. I'll show you the box. Let me put it back. I'll show you the box of how it looks. Obviously, I opened it already. It's my package. It came addressed to me. All right. So this is how it looks when it comes to you inside. This package is very nice. It's all eco-friendly packaging. Okay. And this one, it gives you the information on the back. As we brace for the chilly days of winter, we're reaching for squishy puffing to keep us warm. Your winter 2021 box includes 2 skeins of puffing yarn, a Nove hat and mittens pattern from Sarah Pope, and a wooden pom-pom maker. All right. So I put everything back the way that it came so that I can show you guys. All right. So right now I'm just untying the twine. All right. So this is the puffin yarn. I love that color. Love it, love it, love it. This color is called Barolo. Barolo 146. It's lot number 004. It's 112 yards. 112 yards, 100 grams. And this is 100% American wool. Okay? And I love this color. Quince & Co. Come on. Can you see it? All right, Quince & Co. That's the name of the company. And they stuck in a pom-pom maker. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. I just got to figure out how to use that. I'm not sure. But that is very cute. And that was what was holding the yarn together. Then they have the pattern that comes on cardstock. You see, and that's the name of the pattern. Beautiful. Isn't that cute? Very cute. I like the ribbon on the mittens, and then this like flower or whatever that is. I think it's a flower. It looks like a lotus flower, or it's trying to be a heart or something in there. You know, but it's very pretty. And I absolutely love the yarn. The yarn is absolutely my color wheel. This is like a burgundy. It looks more red. That's it right there. That's the color right there. All right, and that's definitely me. You see? Love it, love it. All right. So that's the first one. This is the level 1. So this is the lesser priced one. What that price is, I'm not sure, but because sorry for all of that. I do not remember off the top of my head. But you have the information, and you are free to go to the website and look it up. Okay? So the second box is also Quince & Co. And this is the higher price one. And it's again level 2. Oh, okay, so the lower price is level 1. The higher price is level 2 for this particular one. Okay, so this is level 2. It's packaged the same way. All right, I'm going to open it to show you. All right, so this now is the pattern for that. So if there's anybody that has this and I'm spoiling it for you, I'm sorry. It's a little late, but I'm sorry. So this is a wrap. And for chilly days, there's nothing better than our luxurious mohair and merino crane. This plush worsted weight yarn is positively dreamy to knit with. Your winter 2021 box includes 3 skeins of crane yarn, Wildcraft stole pattern from Sarah Pope, and a scented soy candle. And I'm going to tell y'all, I am in love with how this yarn feels. This yarn, oh my God, okay? Oh my God. All right. So this is Quince & Co. Cream. And again, spot on with the colorway. You get to choose the colorways as well. You get to choose, you see that's like a gray. Love it, love it. Oh, this is cream. 50% super kid mohair, 50% superfine merino. And this is called Pearland 624, lot number 34578. And this is called Pearland. And this is absolutely my color scheme, my color wheel, my wheelhouse, all of that. Look at this. I am a gray lover. Love it, love it, love it. And it's, oh my God, it's so soft. It's ridiculous. Look at it, and it has a halo. Can you see the halo? Halo, halo. Can you see the halo? Oh, it's so soft. And yes, I definitely feel like this will come to fruition with that yarn. That, oh my God. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I love this yarn. I love it. I definitely, yes. I will be attempting to make that said stole. And this is how the soy candle came. I didn't undo it because it had this little, it's in tape and everything. And I'm moving, so I don't want to undo it because it feels like it's in a jar though. I don't want to undo it because I don't want to. All right, I'm leaving it. It's a soy candle. Y'all know what candles look like. Y'all be all right. Okay. So I'm just going to put that away. But if you're interested in that, again, it's a quarterly club. if you go to the website, Quince & Co. website, and sign up for the newsletter. And once you sign up for the newsletter, then that way you will get information as to when the quarterly clubs are open. Okay? But I have no regrets with that club at all. At all. All right? I'm just checking off stuff as we go here. So I'm very pleased to I have a list, so I'm very pleased with that list. Okay? So let's do the monkey in the room, the elephant in the room. So this right here, everybody got their crew, and I got my crew too. This, my lady, is named Blanca. Blanca hails from AC Moore, right? AC Moore, in my area, when they were closing, they put a tag on everything. And they put a tag on Blanca. Blanca is named Blanca for the obvious reason. Okay? For the obvious reason, Blanca is named Blanca. Okay? That's what that's about. So on Blanca is my mother's half-finished sweater. Okay? I got one arm done, and I just need to go ahead and do the next arm. Okay? This sweater is made out of Lion Brand's Woolly Stick and Quick. All right, and this is the gemstone colorway. This was a discontinued yarn, and it has the sparkle. It's a taupey brown yarn. I actually put it on my mom on Christmas because that was what I was hoping to give it to her for. And then Christmas obviously came and went, and I only got the one sleeve completed. Today is my mom's birthday. So I called her today and wished her a happy birthday. I did not mention anything about the sweater because I'm hoping that once the quarantine is finished, it will be finished, that I can give it to this lady for her birthday gift without any shame. So this is her sweater, and once it's blocked and everything, all of that will open up and it will sit nicely. But it fit her good so far, and it's just about getting the sleeve done. The sleeve is quick because, again, it's chunky yarn. So once I get that sleeve casted on, it's smooth sailing from there, and we done. All right? So thank you, Blanca, for making your appearance. I have one more member of my posse, and her name is Ebony. And she is also named so for obvious reasons. All right? I hope to add to my crew maybe later on. But so far, Ebony is just a head form that I use for hats, and she will eventually make an appearance as well. Thank you, Blanca, for your assistance. All right, so we did Blanca. The next update I want to show you is on a whip that is in progress. This is a toy that I'm making for my son from that book, Mabel's Bunny and Co. And I'm making him right here. He is just too sweet. I actually seen some other yarn at Hobby Lobby that I may make this again over for him, you know, just so that I can make it bigger. Because this yarn that they use inside of this book for these stuffed animals, it is a bulky yarn. I think it's a size 6 yarn, because these are not small. These are not small toys. I'm just trying to find the page where it explains to you the yarn. Okay, so this one, throughout the book, we have used Wool Couture's Cheeky Chunky yarn for the main projects. This super bulky, super chunky yarn is made in Yorkshire, UK, from 100% merino wool, and it's 142 yards. So, you know, the other day on Kim the Crafty Nomad's live, she had made mention about using merino wool or any kind of wool for stuffed animals, and I can't bring myself to do it either. I don't know. I don't know. It's so expensive, and to just get that yarn to a kid. You see how big it is in comparison? This one is little because she made it with smaller yarn, you see? But that's the size of them, you know? So it's a good size. Look, that's the same dragon. And there he go again. He's too cute. I love him. So yes, I would not mind making him again in bigger yarn so that he can thing. So right now he's still just in pieces, but I do have I have further progresses on the pieces that I made. These are the ears that I made for him. But I think I'm going to do the ears over. I'm not really sure. Y'all can tell me what y'all think, because this is his head. I showed this on a previous video. And I don't know. I think that the ears, I think for the size of the head that I'm making, that the proportion is okay. What do y'all think? Or maybe they just need to be a little bit bigger so that they could be a little more back. What do y'all think? I'm holding the head weird. Okay, that's it. They did it better. Make it a little bit bigger? I think so, right? Tell me, y'all tell me. Make the ears a little bit bigger or no. All right, so that's the head. That's the body. That's what was already made. Okay. And I made the nostrils. Y'all know what nostrils look like, right? So it's just a little nostril. And the other nostril. And I made the tail the other day. I didn't stuff it as yet, but that's the tail. It looks like a cornucopia horn. And this is the back. So the tail will go there like that on the back. I think it sits lower. What do y'all think? I think the tail is proportionate for the size. I'm not really concerned about the tail. I think the tail is proportionate for the size once I get that stuff. But the ears and the spine, the ears, I'm concerned that it's too small for the size. It might look weird. But definitely the spine. There's a spine that goes down the back. You see here? The spine that goes down the back here. I'm going to go up on the needle size for that spine as well as for the wings. So I'm going to go up on the hook size, excuse me, on the wings and on the spine so that it can be more pronounced from the body. And don't just look like, oh, poor baby can't fly nowhere, you know. So I'm using my tulip hook, size 7, 4.5 meters, okay, for that. So I may go up on the spine and the ears to an H, which is 5.0, and on the wings I may go to an I or stay with an H. So far what I'm using for this dinosaur is Colorscape Red Heart Colorscape yarn, and this is a 4-wick 100% acrylic yarn and the color Bangkok, and it's 187 yards. So this is what I'm using for the body of the dinosaur, and I think it's coming out very nicely. And then for the wings I'm using, the wings and the ears rather, I'm using Just Yarn from the Dollar Tree, Premier Just Yarn worsted from the Dollar Tree, and that's 131 yards. That's again a 4-weight medium. And for the spine, this is called Canada. This is from Stash. This is deep stash. This is deep stash yarn. And this I'm using for the spine. And that is Canadian, it's Peyton's Canadiana yarn. So I'm using that for the spine alone. And then once I finish with that, I have that tagged for another project to hopefully complete the rest of that yarn. So that way, that's no longer stash yarn, but used up yarn, and go on about your business, because that's it. We done with that yarn, right? So that's what I'm hoping, that yarn to finish up and become something else. All right, so that's the one whip. So the next whip I want to show you guys is what I started on the other day. The other day, because I was having some issues with the pattern. So I don't know if you all heard about the 6-day kid blanket. Betty McKnit is the name of the lady. And this pattern is not a new pattern. It's not a new pattern, but it has been revised and revisited. She has a tutorial on the YouTube. On YouTube, she has a tutorial, the 6-day kid blanket, and she have all kind of versions on it. Betty McKnit. Her website is also bettymcknit.com. You can purchase that from there, or you can use I think it's free on the blog also. But I started the 6-day kid blanket. One of my co-workers, not really my co-worker because it's hard to say, because I do home care. You know, you run into a lot of people, and one of the home health days that take care of one of my patients, her daughter is having a baby boy. So how many of us cannot resist that sound? You're having a what? A baby. And what does that do but elicit sounds of a blanket just being made? It's like, how could you not do that? What does that mean? A blanket, baby, a blanket, B and B, it goes together. So once anybody says that they have a baby on the way, in my opinion, a blanket must be also initially and immediately casted on and started. So that is what happened, which fostered that initial trip, or this latest trip. Let me put it like that: latest trip to Michael's. Okay, so this now is my. Hold on, child. Hold on. We about to lose some stitches. What is that about? Why we always losing stitches? What stitches? Where they going? I don't know where they going. But as you know, we always got. I could look on the floor right now and pick up stitch markers. I can look on the floor right now, child, and pick up stitch markers. That is so crazy. But it is what it is. Let me just get this stitch behaving, and then I'll be right there with you. Just 1 second. All right. I just want to make sure I don't lose that. All right. So, again, this is my progress on a 6-day kid blanket. All right. That's my progress on the 6-day kid blanket. So I got some ends to weave in. I'm going to try to weave them in as I go. Let's see. Oh, I love it so much. The blue is showing up more like a baby blue, but it's actually turquoise. So this variegated color here at the top is called macaw. All of this is red heart yarn. The center yarn that looks like a baby blue or a light blue is actually turquoise. And the last blue at the bottom that looks a little purple is actually royal blue. Okay? So this is the 6-day kid blanket. That's the start of it. So I don't know if it's going to take me 6 days, but I want to show y'all something that I had to, Lord Jesus, I had to pull back on. So this right here, you see this piece right here? This right here. Okay, so this right here calls in the pattern for you to double crochet 3 together. So normally when you double crochet 3 together, you take in 1, 2, 3 and bringing those 3 stitches together, right? But this is not asking you to do that. It's asking you to double crochet these 3 together. So all you're doing is going inside of this stitch here, and you moving, you half the double crochet, half the double crochet, and then you bring all 3 of these stitches together. Just this alone. It's not 1, 2, 3 stitches, but just these stitches that you're creating. That's it. And that, okay, confused me all day. I'm like, what is wrong with this pattern? What is wrong? I need to write a letter to the editor, something, because I could not figure it out. You know when I figured it out? When I went on the website and I got the chart. The chart cleared up all mystery. The chart cleared up all mystery because it's like right there, and you're like, oh, because I could not understand why my chevrons were crazy, you know. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is my first time doing a chevron stitch that's actually looking like what it's supposed to look like. The chevron stitch was my nemesis. It was my Achilles heel. It was my thorn in my side. This stitch right here was of the devil for me. You know, there's a demon attached to that stitch. I could not understand what was wrong that I could not get the chevron. What was happening? I couldn't understand, but I got it now. I got it now. So look for more chevron stitches, patterns, and look for more 6-day kit blankets. This is a nice pattern. This is a nice pattern, and it's working up very nicely. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it in 6 days, but I'm going to give it the old college try. And this is the macaw. Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty, macaw. That's very pretty. Macaw. It's all blues, light blues, turquoises, and even some navy blue in there. And then turquoise. Turquoise. Turquoise fancy. Turquoise, like Target. Turquoise. So that's what I got from Michael's yesterday. That's turquoise. And they have a sale going on. What was it? Buy one, 50% off the other. All right. So it should be going on to the end of the week, I believe. All right. And I just got again, the Red Heart Royal Blue. This is from Stash. Royal. Real royal. All right. So that's what's going on with that. And I'm loving that. I'm enjoying that process right there. You know, the 6-day kid blanket. So I'm glad that I found that. I want to talk about also this, I didn't put the child name down. There's one, I thought I wrote her name down. There's one podcaster who I was watching, I've been watching on and off. She does a podcast. She usually does, I find that she does more lives than actually like sit down podcasts. And I think that's just her, that's what's comfortable for her. You know, so I really enjoy her podcast as when I see them, or the lives as I catch them. You know, she's trying to find her thing so that I can show you her podcast. Unfortunately, I forgot to put her name in there. Oh, Lord. I was hoping to avoid this piece right here, but it's okay. It is what it is. I thought I had wrote down everything. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I wrote down everything because I need to, I want to reference her so that way you all know who I'm talking about. And you can also, oh, here we go. No. Where you can also possibly go by and give a hug, some love on her podcast as well. You know, very nice lady. Okay, here we go. This is Kelly's Crochet Adventure. Kelly's Crochet Adventure, and it's Kelly's. Let me see if I can pause that. Nobody want to hear all of that. All right, so this is her. That's her website. Oh, Jesus. Let's see if that's any better. My thing, the light is glaring. Kelly's Crochet Adventure. That's the name of the podcast. And I found out about this book from her. Okay. So in the book that I'm referring to is called Stitched in Christ. It is a knit and crochet Bible study devotional journal. All right. So I was intrigued by that. It's the author is Terry Ann Porter. So I was very intrigued by that because I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love the Lord. You know, so that just truly like hit all, you know, all bullseyes for me. Checked off all boxes for me. You know, so I was more than intrigued about that, right? So as I was reading it, it seems that this poor lady was in a position where she was in so much pain. She had some kind of back issue, and she was having more pain than she was having relief, and she just could not find a way to get herself comfortable to where she can even sit up, come out the bed, or do anything. So she was truly suffering, and she found peace and solace through prayer and through crochet and knitting, and she was able to use the piece that comes with knitting and crochet, because you guys know, once you're into a project that you really into, your mind is like in Zen mode, you know, and you just kind of just zone out and you just doing your thing, you know what I mean? Hence is some of the times how you have to back up on some stitches because Zen mode is almost like autopilot, right? So you go through that. So this tells her, this part tells about her story and what she's been going through and how she was depressed and everything, and how coming out of it was how this book got formulated, you know, and she was able to even develop a study group in her church, a knit and crochet Bible study group in her church regarding the compiling of this particular Bible study rather. And so I was intrigued by that, you know. So it has questions for the week, you know, places for you to write your answers and stuff, things to reflect on, prayers to write. And then at the back of it, which also is something that intrigued me, is she has a pattern for the color of salvation. Okay? And it's an Afghan or a Lapghan, stitching the story of salvation into your life. You know, and I am more than in love with that. And she has a version that is knit and a version that is crochet. This lesson, the colors of salvation, Afghan or Lapghan. This lesson on various colors representing God's plan of salvation is a fun way to learn scripture and to tell the story of salvation. Each color is a reminder of God's love and desire to share eternity with us. Salvation is a free gift, but must be accepted. Each panel offers a chance to learn a new stitch pattern. I have offered up stitch patterns for a knit version and for a crochet version. Both are finished off with crochet edging. Mix and match the patterns to your liking. Make the panels long enough for an Afghan or smaller for a Lapghan or a child-size cover-up. Others have suggested making a tote bag or a pillow. Materials that she used for knit a needle size 9, crochet hook G or H for both versions. I guess you use the larger, I'm assuming, for the edging. A cable hook for a cable needle rather for the knit version, and I don't know what a yarn needle is. She says a yarn needle for both versions. I'm assuming she's talking about the needle to use to weave in the ends. One skein each of Red Heart or I Love This Yarn. And the colors are black, orange, red, gold, purple, blue, white, and green. So I have white in my stash. And that's the only color that I'm missing out of my bag that I'm about to show you. Because I have all the colors here. Alright. And this is all stash yarn. All stash yarn. And that green that I told you, once I'm finished with the spine, is going to go there to complete the rest of that. So, once all of that is done, that except for that red. Once all of that is done, then I'm planning to do this devotional and also make that Afghan. I think I might crochet it. Or I might knit it. I'm not sure. But I'm glad I have the option to know which one to do. Alright. And we have come to the end of our list, y'all. What? Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to do the yarn. Y'all don't want to see that? Or what? Well, we're going to show it anyway because we're here. So, I forgot to show my Hobby Lobby. My little Hobby Lobby and my Joanne haul. So let me just show you that real quick. And then we'll be done at that. And then we're just going to do the Joann haul. And then let me get to washing out this stuff out my hair. I got 9 minutes left. All right, so I'll do the Joann haul because that's the bigger of the two. And we'll show the haul for Hobby Lobby next time, which that is not that big. Okay, but the Joann haul is just basically yarns that they had on sale. $2, I think $2.99 was the lowest price if I'm not mistaken. And this is just basically it. It's Red Heart roll with it tweed, and it's 269 yards. And this one is called Potpourri. Potpourri. So I got 6 of those. Okay, these are already bagged up and stuff because again I'm moving, so I'm just trying to organize my stuff so I can put it away as I come to it. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all a picture of my yarn in boxes. It is, yeah, it's ignorant. It got to get under control. I can't live my life like this. So this is Red Heart Dreamy. This is the color Denim. I like Red Heart Creamy. That's what they call that brushed acrylic. It's 466 yards. That's denim. Then we got Bernat Pop. I like Bernat Pop. There's a pattern called I think it's Blue Haze or Blue Love Afghan, which I fell in love with that pattern, and then I fell in love with the Bernat Pop. So this is called Purple Morning. This yarn here. It's called Purple Morning. Alright. And this bag here, let me show you this bag. I got this bag from the Dollar Tree. And they have small, they have large, they have extra large, and double XL. So this is just what it looks like. Alright. The double XL is green. I think the extra large is orange. And I forget what the large color is. But those you can find, these are them. These are they. This is, I believe, I want to say this is the extra large. And these you can find at Dollar Tree, if your Dollar Tree sells them. Okay? And also the large Ziploc bags are also from Dollar Tree. This is the large one. Is it? I don't know. I don't remember. This also is Roll With It Melange. And this one is called Green Room. I love those colors. If you ever had cookie yarn from Hobby, Hobbii, Hobby, their cookie yarn looks like Roll With It Melange. Okay? And this is 389 yards. And again, this color is called Green Room. Alright. Then we have Retro Stripes. And I have this, isn't that pretty? I have this to finish off one circular blanket that I have, a Super Saver Stripes, as well as to start another circular blanket, 236 yards. That is a pattern by Tony Lipsy of TL Yarn Crafts. And that pattern, you can find that on Annie's website as well. If you look up, do a search for circular Afghan, the very pretty one. That is her pattern, and she used a different Red Heart with stripes, but I saw that and I felt like I wanted to be different. And so that is not always in my color wheel. I love the colors together, but it's not always what I gravitate to. But I do have a blanket that's being made with those colors. And so I said I would like to see that in the circular situation as well. So this one now is Red Heart. What is that? Red Heart Roll With It Tweed. And this is blue. I forced that inside of the bag. It's blue. It's called Oceanic. And I have one more here. So I had 3 of those. And then I got Red Heart Roll With It Tweed again, and this one is called Vintage. And I fell in love with those colors too. And I wish they had more of this because this is very pretty. Very pretty. Both of them are 296 yards. All right, and they're all of this is 100% acrylic yarn. Okay, and this one was my absolute favorite. It's next to the blue because the blue was also a favorite. This one is called Hollywood, and this is also Roll With It Melange, and that's Hollywood. Those pinks, I love that. That right there is me. That's me all day. All right, and this is also 389 yards. All right, then we have Roll With It Tweed again, and both of these are called Wildflower. Wildflower. And it's purples and greens. Again, me all day. All right. All right. Okay, and then the last one is Buttercream Superwash, 50% Superwash, 45% acrylic, and 5% viscose. And that's that super bulky yarn. Okay, and this is gray multi, and this is navy blue right there. Okay. And both of these were on sale, I think, for $5.99 each. And I love gray. I love gray. So I got the gray. All right, and that's what I got there. I wanted to correct myself also. I had made and mentioned on my last video that Rose Like Crochet had made a hat pattern out of the linen stitch. I know I called it something else. Moss stitch is what I called it then. But it's actually the linen stitch. And Rose Like Crochet, although she crochets everything, she did not make that pattern. It was actually Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, that did that. And I had corrected myself on that today just because I felt it was misleading. It actually was misleading, right? Because I told you the wrong pattern. I told you the wrong person that created that pattern anyway. So it was actually Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, who made that hat pattern in the linen stitch. Linen stitch, yes. So, but I still brought the yarn. So now I know exactly who made the pattern, and I can look for the correct pattern to make that hat out of the Red Heart Unforgettable. So look for that. Look for that next time, okay? So I want to thank you all for coming in and again sharing some time with me, some time and space. Thank you for allowing me in to your space. I hope that you found something that was of interest to you. And I hope that my situation here was informative. I hope that it was not overwhelming. I hope that you found things that you liked. I hope that you continue to come back. I hope that you also subscribe and hit the like button, hit the bell to get notifications. And I thank you all again for just coming through and spending some time with me. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it very much. I try my best to have some content. I don't always have finished objects. And I just try to balance it between knit and crochet because I do enjoy both crafts. And I hope that you found something for you that you truly liked and that you enjoyed. So please enjoy the rest of your day. Remember that we are still in a pandemic. I'm going to ask you and remind you to cover your face, wear your mask, wash your hands, and if at all possible, protect your eyes as well. Because again, we're wearing masks and eye shields because we're trying to protect portals of entry for the virus, right? So the virus enters through mucous membranes. So mucous membranes are anything that are moist, right? So your eyes are moist, your nose is moist, your mouth is moist. So these are all mucous membranes, right? So that's why we have the face shield. That's why we wear the mask. This is your mask, okay? It needs to cover your nose and your mouth. If your mask is not covering your nose, it's not offering you any protection. If your mouth is exposed and you have on your mask, it's not offering you any protection. If your mask is down here, it's not offering you any protection. So this is where your mask needs to be. It needs to cover your mouth. It needs to cover your nose. And for added protection, put on some goggles or the face shield so that you cover all portals of entry. Okay? Just a nurse FYI. Okay, I want everybody to be safe. I want your families to be safe. And just remember, when you protect you, you put on your mask, you put it on to protect me. I'm putting on my mask to protect you. So let's just all be conscious of the decisions that we're making in this particular day and age where we are dealing with a pandemic. Okay, and let's protect one another in Jesus' name. All right, you all have a blessed day. I wish you once again the best new year with all prosperity and hopes and blessings and peace and sanity in Jesus' name for you and your family. All right, you all have a great day. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you when you get back. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to push the notification bell. Don't forget the thumbs up for me, please. And don't forget to share. All right? You all, God bless you and keep you. And I'll see you another time on these interwebs. Bye.